We are live. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the show. So we're going to make it happen. We are going to go deep into what makes a failing trader and what makes a successful trader. I got two traders coming on that are going to talk about it. One trader that's been trading for a few years and one that is brand new to the scene and just started trading. And we're going to go through different opinions, hear their stories, and I will also go into the conversation. So we'll make this happen right now. Let me just check if I am live because it is telling me I'm not live. So let me fix this. Give me 2 seconds, folks. Let me fix this. Okay, it says I'm private live. This happens all the time. I don't know why. Let's see. It says it's public. All right, let's try to figure this out. We're going to make this happen in a second. Let's see. Okay. It says, let me see the comment section. Let me see. Maybe my YouTube is tweaking because it says I'm public live, but then I see it's private live. Let's see, folks. Public. Let's see. Oh, I am live. Okay, there you go. There I am. All right, cool. So let's make it happen. Let me drop this link. What's up, guys? Let me drop this link on Instagram, and then we will rock and roll. So let me just do that, and then we'll start the show. We will start the show. You are live, brother. Thank you guys in the comments. I see you. It was telling me I wasn't live. I swear to God, it's always something. It is always something. Let me just drop this on IG, guys. Give me 2 minutes. My bad. Let me just drop this and then we will start. The quality sucks. I swear it's Zoom. It's always something. If it's not one thing, it's a second thing. Okay, got it. Let's upload that. Batman. I swear. These are my ways of coping. See my coping mechanisms? I swear to God. I don't curse, but my God, do I have coping mechanisms. I think about Batman.
And cookies.
And cookies. I had some yesterday to celebrate about the school.
I know you celebrated.
and I forgot to post in the secret Instagram. I completely forgot. I was just so hyped. I forgot to post it. And here we go. 30 more seconds. Appreciate everybody who's watching. Patience. And 3, 2, 1, post it. All right, so let's start the conversation. So as you can see behind me, first of all, thank you everyone for pulling up. Thank you for watching. So let's go. And where the freak is the Zoom? Can I tell you how much I hate Zoom? I think everyone knows this by now. I'm clicking on it. I just want to be able to see my own face so I know. There we go. So let's go. The conversation is what makes a trader successful and what makes a trader fail. So in the comments, write down your success and failure stories, what you've gone through, and then I will go into them. So go flood the chat box, by the way, with your success and failure, because I'm going to bring on in a minute Ahmed and Paul, and we're going to populate everything here. So we're going to do fail. So let's do fail will be red. I'll write in red, and success will be green. By the way, I want to go into failure first because I believe failure is where true success comes out of. So before I bring the boys on, let me just share. For me, I know people are not going to like what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. For me, failing at something is good. In failure, you learn two things. Number one, and I said this yesterday at a podcast, it just hit me, where you know how a lot of traders lose money days on end, months on end. They don't know what they're doing in their early days, and they still keep going, pushing through, and their losses eventually get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then their wins become even, and then it starts growing a little bit, and then it just starts incrementally increasing even more. That tells you as the trader that's failed so many times, I like that trader, because that trader pushes through. That trader has resilience. That trader goes, you know what, this is for me. And it means a lot at the end. Best believe. I get DMs from my traders that as time progresses, they're like, Professor, I just had my best day. And they've been with me for 3 years. 2 years, 1 year. And I see it and they're like, I see what you finally mean. A lot of the things that I lecture, people don't realize until later on. I like one today. This was Alyssa. Shout out to you, Alyssa. Messaged me. She had her best day today. She goes, Professor, I didn't even enjoy it. I see what you've been saying all along. It felt nothing to me, like meaningless. And it was 5 times more than she usually makes. She made. Finally, she said. She's crossing higher numbers and it doesn't affect her. And I said, exactly. Welcome to the club of no emotions. So boom, there's my story part. So let's bring on the boys. Paul, Ahmed, come on down, boys. Turn on your videos, jump on. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Here is Paul. And you got Ahmed at the bottom. Assalamu alaikum, Ahmed.
Salam, what's going on, Professor? How you doing?
All is well.
How
Paul,
you
what's
doing,
up?
guys? How you doing, Professor?
Good, good. Listen, first things first, thank you for jumping on the live. I know not everyone likes coming on public stuff. So I appreciate both of you for making the time for me. So it means the world. So thank you. And I see the municipal brand, Mark Wahlberg. Okay,
That's right.
I see.
At 45, right?
You go to F45?
No, I do Orange Theory.
What's the difference?
It's cardio. It's more treadmill, lifting weights. It's same thing. Instead of 45 minutes, it's 60 minutes.
Is it group training?
Yeah. So half the people are on the rowers, half the people on tread, half the people on
Why?
weight.
Why
you
no
circuit.
weights?
No, there is weights, but you
Oh.
circuit train. Like 8 minutes, you move, then the rower,
That's,
and then you move.
that's F45, but 45 minutes.
Yeah, same thing. It's just
Oh,
that
okay.
it's tough for me because the class is here for F45, but I'm still working. It's tough to go.
Got it. By the way, for those of you that don't know, I'm in the 6th. I'm right now, I only have the 5th edition, but when the 6th edition comes out, I will heavily talk about F45. I've been going on it since last year when I was in Bali. I discovered them, and now I go here in New York as well. I think it's the best because it's group fitness. I'm gonna heavily talk about it in the 6th edition because I think as we as traders, the gym is mandatory. I feel it's mandatory, and it's something I push now, and it's something I aggressively will write in the book. So let's get it started. First, let's introduce ourselves. Let's start with Ahmed, and then we'll loop to Paul, because let's just do it. Ahmed, just a quick, your name, where you from, how'd you find me, and give me a little bit about yourself as a trader. Go, and then Paul.
What's up, guys? My name is Ahmed. I am from New Jersey. I was trading about for 3 years now, going on 3 years, and I find you through a video. I forgot what video it was, but when I seen it, I felt the energy, I felt the honesty, and I had to look into it, and now I'm here.
By the way, both of them have come to New York. They have taken the mentorship. So I physically have met both of them. So boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Ahmed. So give me something about you as a trader, one of your struggles. One of your major struggles. I know we're going to go deep into it, but give me one of your major struggles.
I could say,
and by the way, the stories you're going to tell them all before I met you, before you met me, and you too, Paul. I know you're new to the game, but let's see what we could get out of you. But so give me everything, a failure before you met me, a major one.
going through signals and not depending on myself and depending on other people, basically.
Signal chats. Okay, cool. Give me another one, Ahmed, because I know you're going to populate this fully for me. Because he knows. He knows. He's been through it.
Revenge trading. What else? Not knowing when to get out of trade, basically not hitting sell or getting out.
Whoa, not knowing when to get out the trade because, oh, by the way, how many signal discords have you been in? Roughly, it's been 3 years.
Total about 4 or 5.
My God. So Ahmed, so just we'll do this at the sides to reference. Ahmed, 4 to 5 discords. And did any of them, by the way, we're not going to name them. That's not nice if you say that in the comments. If anybody says, which one? So I know, no. I don't do that here. There will never be a day where you see me target or say negatives towards anyone. And by the way, I'll say the flip side. Here's the thing. As much as I don't like signal discords, I'm so adamant against it. Here's the thing. I will, because here's the thing. Everyone I'm cool with has a signals discord. Let's just be straight here. And I like them. They're good traders. Here's the flip side. Y'all go to college and spend tens of thousands of dollars on a college degree. You can't pay. I don't know how much they cost. I mean, how much did they cost roughly? $50 a month, $100 a month, roughly speaking.
They're all different. One of them I pay the yearly, which is about like 1,600, and the other ones are like, yeah, 50 bucks, 100 bucks a month, 80
So
bucks.
there you go. So roughly speaking, less than 100, less than 150 a month, and you can cancel at the end of the month. So there is nothing wrong. I'll give you the other side of going in for a month, seeing what it's about. And if you see it's just, look at me, oh my God, I did 1,200%, 600%, but I didn't do that percentage. Let me FOMO in, but that's something we'll talk about later. So the point is, there's nothing wrong with joining it for a month, seeing how it is, be like, wait, I didn't learn nothing. Let me leave. So just so there's the flip side. It's not the end of the world for you to pay 50 bucks. Stop calling those guys scammers. That's not a scam. Let's be straight here. If you paid 50 bucks, 100 bucks, and you signed up for signals, and those signals didn't work out for you, that's not the scam. Because they said, you're buying my signals, and they are giving you signals. Good or bad, that's not the point. The point is, stop calling them scammers, because those are not scammers. And on the other side, like I said clearly, I do not have a subscription service. I've never had one. I will never, I can't say never. Maybe when the school's built, I'll do something, but it won't be like signals. It'll be me, watch me, the whole 9 yards type of thing. But that's in the future conversation. So boom on that one. So there you go, Ahmed. Prevent trading. Oh, so the question I was going to ask, they don't tell you when to, did any of them tell you when to sell? I learned that not too long ago, that a lot of them don't tell you when they get out. Is that true?
They don't and if they do, it's already too late.
So they don't. So they just give you an entry, no exit.
Actually, then it's like a tease. Then they start posting their profits, and we're like, hold on, when did you sell? So
But so, oh
Stuff in
man,
the
now I
tree.
want to go into this, but I also it's not. I'm not here for this. This is not a signals group chat attack, but I do because I find that fast to me for someone who's never had something like that. Now it doesn't even make more sense why anyone would stick into these things for this long and even promote it. Even if you're not an admin or run it, how can you promote? How can and Paul is going to be. This is why Paul is here because I want Paul. Paul, you're hearing all this. Have you ever been in a signals Discord?
No.
How insane as you as I'm so so before we go into Ahmed deeper, let's go touch on based on Paul. Paul, do the same thing as Ahmed. Your name, where you from, how'd you find me, and basically something about trading that you have liked or discovered something. Go.
My name is Paul. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. I've been trading for what, 3 weeks after the May class. That's as much experience I have.
You see the difference? This one man says 3 years, one man says 3 weeks. All right, go ahead, Paul.
Basically, I found the professor after, I dove into crypto, invested money in crypto, didn't even know what the hell I was buying. I probably have lost close to $250,000 in crypto.
Ooh, if you want, tell that story later if you want, if you're okay with it.
And I realized that, hey, I need to learn what these bars that everyone's showing on a chart. I'm investing money and I have no idea. And I came across the professor's website. The energy just felt a connection. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get his book. And I DM'd you. You're like, read the book. After I read the book, I went straight to class. And obviously in May, I met you. Like I said, that was only 3 weeks I've been trading. I think after the class, when you start to reflect and write down notes, there's so many more things, obviously, that I have questions on. But I do, I've been doing a lot of my research. I stopped looking at other traders' Instagram or the way they do it.
So one thing that, because by the way, Paul, you don't have to say how well you do, how much you make, but Paul's been killing it. Paul DMs me regularly, Professor, look at this, look at my peanut, look, oh my God, Professor, everything you did works. Oh, and and in my head, I'm going, of course, because this man hasn't been corrupted by outside forces. But I like what you say. Paul, say that again, because I'm going to write that. What would you say?
I stopped going on Instagram and looking at other traders' profiles or how they trade because it really got confusing. And what I did is go back to the book and research, support resistance, research RSI, research MACD, SMA 200. Those are the things I use prior to my at night or in the morning of before trading. So I don't really listen to the traders. I go on Google and I research the meaning and what it's about on those indicators. And that's really all I've been doing since I got back from the seminar, is really just taking your philosophy, reading up more on them. And if I don't understand it, like I was very weak at support and resistance. I was honest. I didn't know, but now I know better. And then also I used that indicator that you showed us.
The secret one?
The secret one. But as Ahmed was saying, oh, I don't know when to sell. Well, that was my question. But now, right, it finally clicked. Like today and yesterday, I'm like, oh, we're going to hit low resistance right now. We're going to be a support. Let me hang tight. Let me look at the 1 minute. Let me look at the 5. Right now, I'm starting to see, like, I have no worries because I know once I see, it rejecting, boom, I'm selling. Like, I'm not afraid anymore when to sell. Like, I have my hand on the button to sell. Sometimes I hold on because now I have confidence on the support and resistance.
Like this?
That's when you sell. Am I right? That's what it's all about. So, and obviously, it's weird. Every day I just learn more, like especially the setup and also when to take the trade, when to enter. Where are you the night before? Or the most important, it's a half hour to an hour before pre-market. You can see where the market, where you may guess where it's opening. So I look at those markets. Like especially the market with the penny stocks. I only look at the ones that really pump 100% because I know if it's pumping.
That, Paul?
You, right? But it's not even that. It's really when you have to apply it and recognize it. Like, well, why wouldn't you? You ask yourself, well, I did buy the Discord for that penny trader stock. I did buy that one for
the secret one, the one we use that gives us the perfect pump and dumps.
Yeah, it gives me the indicator earlier.
It gives me an indicator. Earlier in the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about on the side later. Listen, do me a favor, Paul.
So I'll tell you
I didn't know that. That's one Discord I'll jump on because I used that. So when this live ends, stay on.
Yeah, I will.
I gotta know what the hell you're talking about on that front. But go ahead.
So I just think every week I learn. I learn, especially when I get out. I don't have a problem hitting sell. I really don't, because I like my profits. I don't want to give them back. I think that's one thing I've learned, especially your philosophy of resistance and support. It works. This shit really works.
Thank you.
And the other thing that is huge is really when to get into the trade. And I'm not talking penny stocks. Like I do Forex. Just because
this, he came for crypto, learned stocks, does crypto stocks and Forex as well. The three, you can literally, what I teach you, use in 3 markets. Go ahead.
So these are the only things I do. I do right now, I do with Trader Zero, I do the penny stocks, right? Because I could focus that in the morning. And then the Forex trades at 8 o'clock. So I can get up earlier and look at my charts. I only trade 2 tickers for Forex. I trade Euro USD and I trade gold. And they're from, it's 8 to 4. But the market for Forex, it happens pretty quick. The only difference is when it dumps or when it pumps, it's not like stocks. It's like when it's dumping, you're like, holy shit. Like,
I've never seen anything like it.
Like today, gold dumped today. And I'm like, I'm staying in. I don't even see the resistance yet on my chart. I'm like, oh my God, just have faith. The professor said, look at the levels. And especially on that ticker, it says weak level. I'm like, oh, I'm going to just hang tight. Look at the 1 minute. Let's see if the 1 minute and the 5 minute, if we can get past the resistance, means the 15 will follow. That's how I've been doing it. And
so pause right there, Paul. If you notice, this man is just preaching what I preach because how many mentors you got, Paul?
0. No, just you.
That's just me, exactly. One, me. So
boom. I never even learned how to trade. I didn't even know how to open an account, let alone limit buy. I didn't know. I had to watch the videos. I knew nothing.
Paul, how old are you? Tell him how old you are.
I'm 48 years old.
48 and discovered trading. So look at that. For those of you, by the way, Paul owns multiple businesses. This man, praise God, mashallah, is doing well in life. He just wanted to know, why the hell is my crypto going up or down? That's the only reason he took the damn mentorship. It's for that. But he got so much out of it. Now, here's the thing. Paul, going back to Ahmed, what he was saying, because I want to bounce from Ahmed to you, from you to Ahmed. You hear what he's talking about the Discords. He's saying that these group chats, they just tell you when to get in. If you would have joined one of them, wouldn't you want to know when to get out?
Yeah, I mean, look, some of the guys I used to follow, they had, free chat. You click on the link, and I look, it says entry point, exit point. The problem is, by the time you get it, by the time you go back, unless you're on Instagram 24/7, you're about 5 to 10, 15 minutes late. You've lost the trade.
And this is why I cannot have a Signals chat, nor will I'll just say that straight. I will never have one, ever, a Signals, because they said it. I can't go to sleep at night knowing I'm doing the wrong thing to anybody. I just can't do it because it's too delayed. Not only that, when I'm in the heat of the trade, the heat of a battle, the last thing I can focus on is what to tell other people what's going on. I'm using all this brain power, laser focus into one thing. That's what I'm doing. So causing success, delayed entries and exits. Keep going, Paul, go ahead. So that's one, go ahead.
And also, obviously, if you're on Instagram, you follow everyone. You also have to ask yourself what type of trader you want to be. That's the most important. Either you can be a swing trader, a scout. I'm like you. I like scalping. I like to get
Tell
in
me
and
why
out.
you like it.
I like to get in and out, get my money, and I'll fight the next day. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like trading past 12 o'clock because I find, again, I'm new to this. I find anything after 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it's slow, except towards the last 30 minutes of the market when somebody's trying to pump the stock and all that. That's fine. But I've been burned in the last, I won't trade towards the end. Two, when I make, like with Forex, from 8 to 10, I'm done with Forex. You've seen the pump, especially those two tickers. If they're in between the zone, of support resistance, I just wait. I get it from you. Just be the spider. You got your indicators. You know it's going to go. Just wait. In an hour, the market pumps. Either going to go high, it's going to go bullish, bearish. You just got to learn how to do the entry. That's all.
People,
And then,
I know what Paul's saying sounds easy. It's not easy. It's simple. And I'm giving you the other side because now, man, I want you to comment on this. Again, this man just discovered trading 3 weeks ago. He's come straight from a crypto mindset. And now he's saying all this because I want you to know the other side. And I'm going to be straight honest with you. And I don't care if you learn from me or anybody else. But if you're going to take trading seriously and you've already been corrupted by outside forces, multiple mentors, multiple Discord signals, the whole 9 yards, it's going to take you a lot longer. Because when you make a decision, you can finish the sentence now. Why do you feel like for you it's a struggle? Because what goes into your head, even now as a trader, what goes into your head? Share the story. For someone who's been doing it for 3 years and been in 4 to 5 Discords. Got it, man.
Well, Paul, I just want to say one thing first. I just think you have a really great opportunity right now, especially that you haven't listened to any Discords and stuff like that. You're just blessed to have one mentor. What I went through was just a lot of difficulties, a lot of hardships that I went through. And for the most part is the psychological battles that basically that I was faced with were just extreme. As far as listening to people, wasting money, losing money. I gained a little bit of money too, but as far as just gaining it and losing it back, it just the psychological part was extreme.
I think for me, like Professor said, when I got back, I only deposited 55,000, 5,500 in an account because I didn't know how, as every week progressed,
right.
I'm over, obviously I'm over the PDT rule now, but I'm also still picky and I only like to trade 1 or 2 times a day and out, I'm very patient. I have a very patient demeanor in me. Like when I trade, I'm still working. I'm seeing patience. So I believe, look, this is how much I trust a professor, right? You got money on the line. I'm seeing patience. It's 10:30 in the morning. I don't worry because I know when I'm in the trade already, the support and resistance, that's what I'm looking at. And I got my stop loss in. I'm good.
So, see, Paul, I was about to give you a lecture. I was about to say, oh, hell no, you ain't looking at patience and trading. But so you have your entry, you exit, your stop loss set, and then you're doing patience.
Yup. And then
And that's fine.
I have 3 screens at work. Right. I built a new office, 3 screens, but
You
again,
built a new office just to trade?
just to trade.
Send me a video of it later. I want to see.
I will. It's just, you really got to trust the support and resistance, because that's how you really know when it's time to get out. Like, honestly, like even with crypto, oh my God, we're pumping so high. It must go all the way. It's gonna not stop. I'm like, I wish somebody told me to get out. I mean, at least I could have kept my profits, right? I mean, look, Professor, today Voyager sent me a thing. Imagine I only got 11,000 out of 200,000.
Oh.
That's lesson learned, right?
And you know it's crazy? Because you just discovered me recently, but if you go back to my IG at least a year and a half ago, I was begging people to please get off of exchanges. Please, please, please. You know, some people listened, some people didn't listen, but now you know, so it's okay. You know, now eventually.
But no, honestly, trading's fun, man. This is cool. Like, to get up in the morning, it's like a battle. I prepare my resistance line, I prepare my RSI. I get ahead. At 7 o'clock, I'm up. I get to my work. I open up 2 laptops plus my screens. People are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Look, I've been doing medicine. It ain't going to be anything different. But I got to prepare for battle here. That's the fun part, you know." And especially
here's the interesting thing: if you don't, Paul owns multiple. Well, tell them what you do, Paul. Tell them what you do.
I'm a cosmetic. I'm a general and cosmetic dermatologist. I own 3 clinics.
So this man is already set. He just wanted something else to put his mind to learn new things, as he told me at the mentorship. And this was the avenue for him to enjoy. Because you got bored, right? You're like, I got the businesses, they're flowing,
No,
it's whatever.
Like I said, look, you get you said it, Professor. You get the cars and all that. That's fine. It's no big deal. You get a car, you get a motorcycle, a couple months later, something. But this is fun. It's fun because, like I told you, the best time was when I made my first 500. I'm like, oh my God, I made 500 to like 500, but still it means like, wow, that's the best 500 for clicking a button. But I knew how I made that 500, right? I listened. You really got you're so right. As I watch every video, it's simple. You make it simple and laser focus. The only thing is, if you have questions, just research. You got to do you can't handhold us forever. But like you said, that's why you don't have the Discords. You want us to actually learn a trade. This is a trade that we can do anywhere else in the country. But you also, if you have questions, you have to research on your own. You have to do your own due diligence. And it's not watching other traders. It's just learning. And
you know, one thing I like about Paul sent me a message, and this one, again, photographic memory. I love this message from Paul. Paul sent me the screenshots of how much he made and the charts. So he's like, what you taught works. What you taught works, Paul. And I like that. So I appreciate that message when you sent it.
Yeah, no, I'm like I said, Professor, this is crazy to make money like this. This is.
Big boy, I've been social media digital professor, this person I am on 3 years, and I haven't stopped alive because this is what I want. I see what Ahmed, you see what he's saying?
I'm jealous in a good way. You know what I mean?
Say why you're jealous in a good way, Ahmed. Go.
Because he's actually learning. That's all it takes, is to have the right mentor to just teach you how to do it and just simplify it for you and just keep it simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's simple when you teach it, instead of just listening to people and just because you're not knowing what they're doing. You're not getting the right information. They're just telling you what to do. But
so bounce off of him. Go back to the 3 year ago Ahmed who discovered. So you see his story. Now I want you to tell your story on how you discovered trading and what path you were led on. Because the people watching this right now that might be like Paul, that might be brand new to the game, I just don't want them to go down the road that you went on. So compare now from Paul to you, Ahmed. Go.
From Paul to me?
Meaning, did you start? Paul is just me. Fully independent, no signals, no Discord. What was your first thing? Like a mentor by itself or straight in a Discord?
No, a mentor by itself.
Got it. And give me the process.
I would say just get a mentor and just listen to him. Basically ask him questions basically. If you don't know what you're doing, ask him questions. Because in a Discord, when you ask questions, there's like 30 members, sometimes 100 members, 1,000 members. You're not getting somebody to respond to you, and they're not telling you what to do. They're not, and even if there's classes, they're not. It's not. It's not physical, so it's different. Everything's virtual.
You took some. We're not gonna say his name, but you took a virtual mentorship before me, right?
Yes, it doesn't click. It doesn't click. Just the first day, the second day I was with you, it just started
No,
clicking.
I honestly believe that the in live with Professor, who cares? Spend the money. It's well worth it.
That's the professor. It's different.
There's nothing like learning in a classroom. I've been in school a long time, and those were the best 3 days of learning. And I didn't know anything. I didn't know. Besides reading a book, I could read the book. Doesn't mean I can apply it. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
The
you can't
professor.
compare an influencer to an actual professor. This is what he does. He teaches people.
Oh yeah, he's not even that. The influencers are not teachers, right? The professor has a background of teaching and conveying information in the right manner for somebody to be able to adapt and learn it. That's the difference.
And and I like that you boys brought that up. So on the flip side, again, I'm always going to say a positive as well. A lot of the people that you learn from, like Ahmed said, he took a virtual mentorship from someone. These are just traders. That's all they know how to do. And when you take their courses, the mentorship, and you're like, because I get the DMs. I used to, not anymore. My DMs are blocked. You can't send, other than mentorship students, my DMs are blocked. But I get the DM, Professor, this guy scammed me. I took his mentorship and I didn't learn nothing. I'm like, bro, was it virtual? Yeah. I'm like, you're not going to. But the way you explain, these people are traders. There's a difference here. I trade and I have teaching degrees. I have 2 teaching degrees. I've been doing this for a decade, teaching economics. So I've been trading and teaching. I'm certified in this field. So that's why I'm able to do what I do. So there's a difference here. It's not that they don't know what they're doing. They just don't know how to break it down as well to make people click. That's it.
No, and they don't know how to teach. And you know what they do? They just they just give you information. That's it. They don't explain how, or they just fill your mind with information.
Why do you think they do that? I told you at the mentorship. I told you why they do that. Why do they do that, Ahmed?
I mean, because they want you to keep coming back.
People,
go
ahead, go.
It's a business.
It's a business. If they gave you the secret sauce, why you wouldn't be in their signal and give a monthly revenue? 1 + 1 = 2. Think about this. And this is the first thing I tell everyone at the mentorship when it starts. I'm like, I have nothing to sell you. I cannot hide anything from you because I can't say, because somebody said it to me, because by the way, these both were in the same class. They graduated in the same class a few weeks ago. Someone said it to me. They said, I know you'll tell us everything because I have nothing there's nothing to sign up for. They thought I was going to sign them up for things. I had a student come one time. They were expecting me to be like, Grant Cardone does this. He has his events, 10X. And the tickets are not that expensive, but at the event, he sells some heavy duty tickets, 10K, 20K, 30K type events. There's nothing extra. Take what I've taught you. You're connected to me. Ask me questions now, and then be independent. That is a true way of trading. But go ahead, Ahmed.
Yeah, let me just say so. When I started, I didn't even start with your book. I started with your, I've been trading for 3 years, right? So I took your free course and just watching 1 or 2 videos, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Wow. And that's when I ordered your book.
But I don't get it. What do you mean by that? What the hell is going on? What do you mean?
It's like just understanding the candles, like things I was trying to understand for the past 3 years. I'm understanding in 3 minutes. I was mad and happy at the same time. So, there you go.
You never told me the story. Why were you mad?
Because I feel like I missed out. I've been doing nothing for 3 years, but better late than never.
Better, hell yeah. You're only 30 or 31, right?
33.
33. You're young, so it's okay.
You're young.
You too, Paul. Get out of here. You young too. Get out of here. Stop it. Oh, so let's go deeper now, right? So let's go more into failure stories. So Paul, before me, one of your, I guess it wouldn't be called a failure really. It's just your major concern was, why is this crypto doing what it's doing, correct?
Yes.
And at the mentorship on, I believe it was Saturday or Sunday. I remember. Bitcoin was on the chart on the screen behind us.
Yeah, and you were like Houdini. Yes, It gets in each bar. I mean, honestly, I don't think you could have played that any better, especially that was day 2, right? That was day 2. And then to apply on day 3, teaching us the candles makes sense because, to be honest with you, I look at the candles heavily on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute when we're
Pause
trading.
right there. You see that, folks? New trader. He's not talking about MACD, RSI, the EM, straight the candles. And that is what you should be focused on. The candles come first, and then everything and their mother can come later. Again, there's nothing wrong with the indicators. The boys know how much I make. I posted on my secret Instagram. So we're not going to talk about it, but and I use the candles, the VWAP, the 200 are my best friend. Well, support resistance, of course. But if we're going into indicators, so 200 and the VWAP are my best friends. I know people out there saying it doesn't work. And I use this example on Twitter, and people are like, yo, I've never used this example before, other than on my Twitter. I was just thinking about it. People tell me all the time, technical analysis doesn't work, support, but none of it works. But you know what's funny? A lot of people don't know how to cook, but someone always cooks for them. A lot of people have no idea how to cook, but someone always makes them burgers, fried chicken, whatever the hell people like to eat. So just remember that the next time someone tells you something doesn't work, somebody knows how to do it. Boom. Paul, continue.
No, I think the candles are key because, when you look at, you're new like me, you look at a candle, all right, it's red, it's green, it's red, it's green. What does that really mean? But now, in the middle of a trade where I'm getting in, getting out, obviously you look at the confirmation, the 1 minute, but you look at the wick. I'm like, that's what I say to myself. I'm not worried. The wick's only on one side, especially if we're shorting. The wick's all the way in the bottom.
No,
I'm
you
not
sound
worried.
like me. That's what I. Oh, well, you know.
Because you said it. No, you said it.
Yeah. That's
like,
literally what I
you know
say.
what? I'm like, I'm not worried about it. Look at the 5 minute. I'm not worried about the 1 minute. Even the 1 minute goes green, I'm looking at the 5 and the 15. And trust me, like I'm new 3 weeks. I get a little bit more confident. Like I'm not worried about that green candle popping on a short because I know. Look at the wick. The wick there's no wick or there's a short wick. Patience. That's why I think I'm more patient because I actually know what I'm reading. Does that make sense?
That's it.
Yes,
I'm going to say that again because he just said it, and I'm going to write that on the success side. I'm going to write because he just said it. Nope, not red. Let's go to green because he just said the key part. Patience, because he knows what he's doing. People, that's the thing. How can you have conviction? How can you have a belief in something if you don't even know what the hell you're doing? He knows what he's doing. So he has that belief in him. Go ahead, Paul.
No, so I mean, that's what gives me the confidence of, again, just rely on the candles and honestly, when to sell. I don't mind hitting the sell button because I don't like to give money back to the casino, but I also know when not to sell early because I rely on the chart, like the rely on support and resistance. Also, like you said, I look at the VWAP, I look at the SMA, where are we? Are we pushing on it? Are we laying on it? Are we above it, below it? Like oh my God, this is what Professor said, it's steel and concrete together. There's no way it's going to smash down. Let me just look at the 1 minute versus the 15. Let me see where it's creeping up on. But I think that's what you're supposed to do. I'm like, well, he's got me looking. I always refer like, oh, this is what he means. Like you got to look at it. And that's how you get confidence, I think.
Correct.
And I'm not worried.
Ahmed, let's go to you for a second. Because when we had our private mentorship, you were telling me you were having some roadblocks. Share the story. What were your roadblocks?
Just listening to the wrong people. Not listening to the wrong people, not depending on myself, relying on other people. And that was my biggest mistake, is just depending on people. And I like, it took me this long to find a good mentor like yourself. And it just, those were the roadblocks. It's just listening to one person, then you lose confidence in that person, then you see this person, then you feel like, oh, okay, this is it, I'm learning from him. Then he does the same thing, and now you're looking for another signals chat, and it was just a bad pattern that I was
Share
going.
share this part. Why did you go from one to the next signal? Like, why did you jump? What was the reason?
I would connect with somebody and I felt like I was connected. Then when I feel like he's just taking advantage of the mentors.
How? Oh, so that's what I wanted to hear. How did you? Boom. That's where we're going with this.
Okay, well, let
How
me
did
start
you
by
know
saying
you were
that.
being taken advantage of, man? So the new traders watching, they don't. You give them the wisdom, baby boy.
Hey, well, my first mentor, well, not my mentor, the signals chat, which I took the course and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say no names, but
Yeah, no names.
he scammed all the members. Literally, they scanned all the members, told the members about a stock to get in, and basically that stock got delisted and everybody lost their money. A lot of people put a lot of money in it, 20,000, 30,000, 15,000, just random amounts. And
Pause on that. Paul, I see you shaking your head aggressively. Are you seeing why I'm so anti this?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, again, not to knock on you, man. I just, when it comes to money, I like to learn everything, right? I don't like to rely on anyone. Maybe it's just the way I am. If I have to do something, I got to learn something about it. You know, I can never rely on anyone to tell me what my job is.
I agree. Well, that's
and
why you're a businessman. You know that. That's why you're a businessman.
You know, I just think, you know what it is? I just think they're not teaching you the right way, and they're not giving you the full of all the things that the professor has taught us. And people get frustrated. They're like, oh, I don't know. So maybe he knows me. He knows something better than anyone else. And people get addicted. And maybe that's why they jump from Discord to Discord, because I didn't make any money here. Like, maybe this guy, he has a Lambo, so he's got to make good money. So let me do it. Look, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? At the end of the day, you have to learn the skill. It's your money, hard-earned money. You got to learn the skill, and you simplify it. It's not easy. It's simple. You make it simple, laser focus.
Thank you, Paul. Ahmed, continue. So the listed.
I'm just like you. I like learning and stuff like that. But the thing is, with this individual that I'm talking about specifically, he straight up scammed everybody. He's in prison right now. Literally, he's in prison doing 5 to 10 years or even more. So I don't like relying on other people. But with him, I felt like he was close because he's from around the community that I go to sometimes. So I thought I trusted him. So that's what happened with that. But when I found out he got locked up, that's when I started. Okay,
so you moved on to a second one. So tell that story. What happened at the second one that made you move to the third one?
The second one, they
Speak
really,
freely. Just don't say names. Speak freely.
Unless
you don't want to share.
I didn't like the way they talked. Basically,
what do you mean? What does that mean?
it was too. I'm not gonna kind of street. Too street.
Okay. So the chat was like street talk.
Yeah, street like smoking on the live and cursing and stuff. Like, so I'm like, it was just too much.
The stuff I'm against.
Basically, yes, too much noise.
So why did you sign up then if you saw that?
Because I seen the profits they were making.
Look at my money. Look at my watch.
They were eating. They were eating.
Yeah.
They were eating.
I wanted to eat too.
I want to eat too. Remember that guy in class? What you eating? What you eating?
The marketing got you, Ahmed. It's okay. I listen. I have to mute even me. I have to mute people that show up, and I see all these things. I'm like, oh, gotta mute them. Because it affects me too. I'm never gonna act like it doesn't affects me too. I have muted almost everything. Anytime I see anything that can mess with me, like for example, I love Bradley. He's a good friend. Been on his podcast. We had dinner. He's a good friend. When he was posting his Ferrari on his stories aggressively, his Rolls Royce, I had to mute him for a little bit because it was affecting me. I was like, I want a nice car now. I hate cars. I have a chauffeur. I don't want a car. I had to mute him. And then when he stopped, I'm like, okay, unmute the man. Okay, cool. Now he's giving me good conversation. I don't want to see it. Affects me too. That's why I tell everybody, get off of them. Get off of, I'm begging y'all. The man of social media is telling you, get off of it. Make a secret one. I'm sorry, secret one. Make a fake one and just learn from my lives Tuesdays and Fridays. I'll be active on IG in 2 weeks, by the way. As promised, I will be back and aggressively posting. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I'm flying out to Turks and Caicos to give myself a reward because really good things have been working out with the school. Very, very good things. I'm not going to talk about it. So, and I don't really reward myself or give myself nice things. It's always work, 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 everything to build this. So I said, okay, shut the hell up and give yourself a reward. Go away to your favorite place. And I love sailing in Turks and Caicos. So I'm leaving early tomorrow morning. So just so you know, I won't be able to go live because on YouTube, I'm not bringing all this equipment to Turks and Caicos, okay? So I will be live, boys, on a secret Instagram Tuesday and Friday. But next week, I won't be live regularly. So boom. So there you go. But back to Ahmed. So that you didn't like the lingo they were talking. You got manipulated by all the, look at this, look at this, look at the flashiness. So how long were you in there before you left?
I left after your mentorship.
Oh, okay. No. But how long were you in it for?
A year and a half, you could say, about a year and a half.
God, and so really what turned you off was talking about drugs and the street lingo.
No, I'm not talking about drugs. Just like smoking on the live as they're trying to tell you, give signals and stuff. Like smoking, just too much cursing. They're too loud. There's like 5, 6 people. You don't know which one they're talking to each other. It's just like you're on a podcast, but on live. It didn't work out for me. That's not how I learned.
And this is during live trading hours?
Yeah, not like 9 in the morning. Yeah, 9.
What? Oh my God. Well, I'm not into the drug culture, the smoking culture, so I can't comment. I'm like a grandpa. I'm anti all these things. Okay, so you left that. Then why did you go to the third Discord? What was it about the third one?
No, so the third, I think that was like the fourth one. The third one was just like he's a cool dude. It's not a signals chat. He just gives his opinions and he analyzes the market and he just gives his opinions at the end at 8 p.m.
What the hell? How much is this a month?
Oh, that's free. He's free.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was free. So I paid, say for, I guess 3 or 4.
So in the 3 years you were in this, how much do you think you spent on Signal Discord? Roughly speaking, how much you think you spent?
Signals about 4 grand.
So in 3 years, 4 grand spent. Okay. So there you go. And do you think it was at work? So don't talk to me or Paul. Talk to the people that are watching you, the new traders that are going to watch you on replay. Talk to them. What advice, after your story, what advice would you give them after you spent 4 grand on Signals for 3 years and went through all this back and forth? What would you tell them, advise them about this? Go.
I would tell them, find yourself an honest outlet, a good mentor that knows his stuff and dedicates his time and his teachings to the mentees himself. And just educate yourself. Don't get into anything you don't know. Do your research, and if you don't feel comfortable with that mentee, just go on to the next one. But just do your research and find yourself an honest outlet that that dedicates in an honest way, and basically he's honest and opens the right way for you.
Thank you, man. So boom, people, I'm going to go to Paul next, but that's what you need to understand. It doesn't have to be me. I'm cool. I was on a podcast and I'm telling you right now, and what I said, I'm fine. You don't come to New York to the class, I'm fine. I'm telling you, I'm a blessed man. Again, these boys know how much I make. They know why I talk like this. I'm fine. You don't want to buy this? That's cool. You're good. The course is free. That, go ahead and use. Go ahead and use the free course. Link in the description down below. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I will never message you on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on any platform ever. Anyone messaging you for Bitcoin is not me. They're fake accounts. Please don't get scammed. Please don't send someone your Bitcoin. I forgot to mention that early on. But back to the point, to go sum up what Ahmed said as well, find someone you connect with. You see that he didn't want to be with the Discord that with their smoking and the way they talk. That's not who he is. That's not who he is. People that came to the mentorship in New York, their class, everyone was good people. Everyone was laser focused, charity, love and respect their parents, love for God. Did you guys see the connection?
I honestly got surprised by the connection. I didn't know, I didn't think I would relate to a lot of people, but that May mentorship was, I was like, yo, this is dope. This is dope.
Why you say that was dope? Why?
The students over there, everybody was there. Like a lot of people I can't relate to, but those students, it felt like I could go to class every day with them.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy you say that, because in that mentorship class, we all came from different parts of the world. Africa, all this. But that first day, we all realized we were all there with the same common goal.
Yeah.
Right. But all from different walks of life. It doesn't matter. I mean, those dudes that are 20, from Canada, 21 years old. My God, how I wish I was 21 in this class.
Shout out to
Can you
Luke.
imagine if they really perfect their trading? You know, I was blown away. And the guy from Canada, I mean, you could tell he's passionate, he's researched, and he knows a lot, and he laminated his things.
Oh yeah, he was a young guy, 100%. And Lucas, here's the thing, Luca, sorry. The reason why they were all like that is because you see how I am. God, family, charity, give back, give back, give back, give back, just give back, it comes back. I know for a fact the only reason I am the person I am as a trader is because I just taught it and it enhanced my trading. I taught it, enhanced my trading. One of the big things people say, Professor, the big difference between the 4th and the 5th, there's many different things. But one of the major things is I got rid of the 9 and the 20 EMA. I got rid of those two. Why? Because from dealing with my students, my traders, and seeing their frustration, Professor, there's too many squiggly lines on the board. What the hell? I said, well, you know what? Go on. Let's heavily focus more on the candles. So for me, I also got rid of them. Let's be clear. The 9 EMA works, the 20 works, the 200 works. All these things work, but the candles come first. When I started noticing people putting the indicators above the candles, I had a problem with that, and that needed to get fixed. Candle supersedes everything else. So boom. For those watching that say the 200 doesn't work, God bless you. That's fine. It doesn't work for you. I make money off of it. I'm fine. Just so you know, before anyone says something in the comments, it works for me. So boom. Paul, what would you say to someone after everything you've known now that's brand new, that's like you from 3 weeks ago? By the way, Paul had such a good week recently. I said, take a break for 1 week, baby boy. Take a break, because you got way too good, way too fast, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
It is. And I showed you, I did take off, but I did that Forex. You know, I'm trying to win a funding challenge. So, I mean, I was like, oh my God, like, I think one of the trades, it was like $3,200. It was like $6,000 in one day. I'm like, man, this is crazy. And then you're like, I told you not to trade, but it's almost like paper trading. You know, just practicing. Just practicing.
No. Here's the thing, folks. Are you listening here? You're like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. You see how Paul is? He's a new trader. Got into this game and is already doing so well. He's gonna go into as men, as human beings, an ego develops. Oh, I'm so good. I got this. The second you get that, I told this man, and this is the beauty of me. They will have direct access to me to the day I die, God forbid. Well, it's going to happen, you know, but they have access to me. They will always have access. Whenever you message me, boys, do I not reply back?
Always.
It's always me on the secret Instagram, but regular people, please don't DM me. I'll never DM you either. But point being, they always have access, and I tell them to take off. Recently, I had my best month ever, and I took off. Sorry, best week ever. I took off for a month. I did a private live, showed my P&L, broke the whole thing down. I'm not going to say the amount, but it was a record week for me. And I took off a month. I'll say that again. I did so well in a week of trading. I took off a month because my brain got messed up. I sounded just like Paul. Literally, I was killing it way over than I usually do. And I was like, uh-oh, this is not good. Because now I'm starting to say, I got this. This is light work. This is nothing. Click, click, click. Whoa. I went back. By the way, I talked to myself. You know how Paul said, but what professors say, I do the same thing. I stopped trading for a month to get back to reality, shrunk my account size to wake myself up and say, appreciate the little bit. Appreciate the little bit. I don't like the man you've become. If you're not going to self-reevaluate yourself, if you're not going to sit down and journal and say, what's wrong with me today? The second I start writing, I got this. Hell yeah. Praise God. No. Calm down. The market will slap you real quick. That's why I told this man to get off of that and take a chill pill. So Paul, go ahead. What would you say to someone that's just like you, brand new, never touched this? What would you advise them?
Just try, if you really, you got to learn the basics. And you have to, I mean, the mentorship class You can't learn through Zoom. You have to sit in a class. You have to sit in a class and learn. It's 3 days. It's 3 days of something learn. Like, you can't go anywhere for 3 days and someone teach you how to make money. You can't. I'm sorry. I went to 8 years of schooling.
Valid. Me too. I spent most of my life in school.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
college and masters.
So what I would say is really just, you're right. Get off social media. Don't believe the influencer. Find a mentor, a teacher who can actually teach and convey the information. And who's honest. You're honest. You're honest about your school. I'm excited every day. I'm like, man, this guy really, I DM'd you the other day. I'm like, you show me a way. Like, how many people are gonna, whatever. I call it free because it's, you educated me, found me an avenue to make a paycheck.
Mm.
Not many people in the world do what you do without charging. I mean,
Well, you know why, Paul. Again, I want the other side too. It's their business model. Their constant revenue stream
no,
is the best business.
I understand that. I just think, one, find a mentor, whether it's you, it's somebody else, find one. And also see how passionate they are. Are they really teaching you everything you need to know? Right? And you went from psychology the first day to live trading to the second day. Like, the way you broke the course down, it's absorbable. It wasn't just slammed down, like you said, laser focused. Honestly, one, you got to have a good mentor. The group that we are, the mentorship Telegram that we're on, it's a big help, because then you get your post questions. We all try to help each other out. Eric has been doing a good job on there and all that. A lot of good guys that are on there that, it's a small community, because, I mean, you're busy. So sometimes if a question, somebody can answer it, it's helpful. And to trade like that, it's almost like a little family. It's not bad, because it could be lonely and they have all these questions, especially, I mean, you live in New York, imagine those guys that live in Africa. They're not coming back here for a question.
By the way, if you don't know, we had people fly in from the continent of Africa. We had a student from Kenya, North Africa. It was
Dubai,
Dubai, yeah.
Mohammed, I just think, find your mentor. And honestly, you got to know what type of trader you want to be based on your personality, right? I mean, it comes out. I could never be a swing trader. There's no way I go to sleep knowing your trade is open and you're 30%, 40% in profit. You wake up the next day, you got stomped out. I mean, I would lose my mind.
Paul, here's the thing I love about Paul. Paul DM'd me 3 days ago. He's like, Professor, I want to support your school. How much you want for the shirt? I said, Paul, you're going to get it for free. Stop it. He's like, no, I want to support your school. I love my students so much. And I told him, I said, I don't need any more. I appreciate it, but you're going to get this for free. By the way, for those asking about, these will never be for sale. I'm a man of my, these will be given to my mentorship in Puerto Rico. Eventually, every one of my students will get this for free. I don't need it, but I love Paul so much. Paul, look at the other side too, right? You want to give me money. I said, no, you're getting free.
No, I mean, look, like I said, I mean, it's for a good cause, right? I mean,
well, you already did. You signed up, and I appreciate you. And when I have these meetings, I get a little emotional when I'm having the meetings with the people in Puerto Rico. It's all because of you two and everybody that's ever bought. If you've ever bought a book or you've ever got a mentorship, you have helped me when I have these phone calls. When they give me these insane dollar amounts for all the things that I have to pay for, I'm like, God got me. I know he'll get my mentorship. People will sign up. People will get the book, my trading account. Everything I do is laser into one thing. So you already have, Paul, but I appreciate you.
No,
but I'm excited to see you in December. I'm excited to see you for live trading December.
I bought 2 extra books, right? And I gave them away because I gave them to people I think they could use them. Now it's up to them to open it, read it, and take the next step.
By the way, shout out to everyone that buys the 2. My team always asks, like, why are these people buying 2 books? I'm like, they usually like to give them away or have one at home, one at the office. Ahmed has 2.
One home, one for the office, one for the car.
There you go. So thank you. But whenever anyone gets 2, that means even more to me. Thank you. So boys, any final thoughts before I let you go?
No,
Any
just
questions
keep,
for me? You got my full attention. Again, by the way, mentorship next week. I'll do some lives from Turks and Caicos. I won't be going YouTube live, but the private secret Instagram, I will be going live from Turks and Caicos. I leave tomorrow morning. So the lives will be there. But any questions for me, boys, before I go?
no, I just want to say thank you, Professor. Enjoy your
welcome.
vacation.
Thank you. Yeah, this is actually the first time I'm taking a real one where it's just me, for me.
Good for you. You deserve it.
Thank you, baby boy.
You deserve it.
Ahmed, any final questions?
No questions. Just thank you so much. I appreciate it. And for those that's watching, like I said, find yourself an honest outlet. Trust me, start with the professor, and I guarantee you're not going to go tell any mentor. You're just going to stick with the professor.
Thank you, man. By the way, the course is free. For those watching that are broke and are question and think they too were probably paid, I understand. I understand social media. I know the other side. You guys probably think I'm paying them. I told them what to say, which is fine.
You're not
I
paying
understand.
anybody.
No, I
You're
know,
not
Paul,
paying-
but that's a social media. No matter what
Yeah.
you say, people will still believe what they want to believe, which I understand. So I'll work with you. Your flip side, people. I'll work with you. The course is free. Just use that. You don't have to put in your credit card. It's not like it's $10 and it becomes no. It's straight free. Daytradeprofessor.com or down below. That's it. It's cool. You don't have to buy nothing. I don't need it. I'm a blessed man. So boom. That's it. So boys, thank you so much. We'll talk soon. I'll see you on the live on Tuesday, boys.
Thanks,
All right,
Professor.
You're welcome,
All right,
boys.
Paul.
All right, so let me sum up the lesson. So let's go into it. What makes a trader fail or be successful? Here it is, folks. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, what makes you fail is relying on other people. The signal chats, revenge trading, multiple discords, as Ahmed said. You're getting delayed entries and exits from the signal chat. You notice a common theme here. Do you notice a common theme here? It all goes back to that. I know you think, well, I don't have time. I just need someone to tell me what to get. I get all that. But imagine the amount of time you can put in early on to know yourself how to get in and get out. It actually is faster because you also know when to get out at your time, because anything can go wrong in the middle of the trade. This is what you need to understand. I'll say that again. In the heat of the battle, anything could go wrong. There are multiple times where I'm in a trade where it goes against me. For example, I took 3 or 4 trades today. I think I took 3 trades today. 2 went exceptionally well. I kept my loss, very little loss on that one. It's that simple. And here's the thing. Both of those trades hit my profit target, but I shorted 3 penny garbage, penny stocks. 2 of them went way further down. But you know what? I didn't go back in because it's already fallen too much. It's out of the area where I can actually short it. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when it comes to your trading and becoming independent. Keep that in mind. Imagine if I could use another example, being a soldier in war, and while you're in the heat of the battle, shooting at your enemies, you're waiting for someone else to tell you something about the battle while you're in the heat of it. You're trying to focus on killing your enemy, not listen to your intercom about whatever the hell else is going on. Keep that in mind about that. So now the successful, stop looking at influencer traders, even me. I say this all the time to my mentorship students. Learn, do your thing, disappear. Just watch the lives at least. I'm here to motivate you. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. I'll be your biggest supporter Tuesdays and Fridays. Even if you're not my mentorship student, I'm here every Tuesday and Friday to be your biggest supporter. For me, just Tuesday and Fridays, but just get off of it and just come back every Tuesday and Friday if need be. But get off of the social media, people. Just get away from it. It's messing you up. Have one mentor, just one. Pick one that relates to you, that when he talks, whatever he says connects with you. And if I don't connect with you, that's fine. Use the free course, don't buy nothing, and just go to somebody else. I'm cool with it. I will be fine. Everything in life that I've ever wanted, God has provided, so I'm fine. Patience, because he knows what he's doing. Once you know what you're doing, you get the patience, you get the conviction in the trade, and you can execute properly. So keep that in mind, traders. So boom, there is the live. Thank you for Ahmed and Paul for coming on. Thank you for everybody that watches the show on a Friday night instead of watching Netflix. You're here chilling with me. So I appreciate you all. Have a great week. Everything you need is linked down below. Start with the free course. And if you feel like you learned, you want to take it up a notch, get the 5th edition. and then pull up the class. The next one is September, and then November, and then that's a wrap. For those signing up, do me a favor. When I do the little boxes, let me know if you're signing up. Let me put you in the secret Instagram. And that's a wrap for me. May peace be upon you all. I will see you guys in about 2 weeks. I'll be back on actually longer because I will be, I leave for Turks and Caicos tomorrow. I come back in 2 weeks. I'm back in New York for 2 days and then I have to fly out to Morocco. So I don't know when the next live will be publicly. I think it'll be in 2 weeks publicly because I am busy traveling. So powers of trading. So that's a wrap on my end. Appreciate you all. See you. I don't know how to end this live. So I'm out. I don't know how to end this live. I have no idea. I'm going to try to end it right now. Hold on.